You're about 9 minutes away from finding out why people hit your site and still don't buy. Not with a giant enterprise dashboard. With 3 lesser-known AI tools solo businesses can use to spot friction, capture lost leads, and prioritize fixes fast. Open your site in one tab and follow along with me in another. By the end, you'll know which hidden tool is better than ChatGPT for diagnosing conversion problems in your funnel. Let's go! Most solo founders don't have a traffic problem. They have a signal problem. People visit, some click, then the trail goes cold. Sound familiar? The thesis in this video is simple. The best AI website audit agent usually isn't one magic bot. It's a small stack of focused tools. One sees friction, one talks to visitors, one gives you context on who you're dealing with. And that's exactly why these hidden gems matter. They're not famous because they don't have huge influencer budgets, and 2 of them sit in very specific niches. But for small business funnels, that focus can actually make them more useful than a general chatbot. I tested this angle on a few small business sites recently, and what surprised me was how often the fix wasn't a redesign. It was one blocked question, one unclear offer, or one weak handoff. Tiny leak, real revenue impact. Phase 3, Step 1. Engaged. Step 1. Start with the page that's closest to money. Your pricing page, your booking page, or your main service landing page. Don't audit the whole site first. That's where most people waste 2 hours and fix nothing. Pick one page with a clear goal. Book a call, start a trial, submit a lead form. If you're a solo operator, this is the move. Write down 3 numbers before touching any tool: conversion rate, bounce or exit behavior, and average time on page. Even if your setup is basic, you need a before and after. Otherwise, you're guessing. A lot of people ask, can't I just paste my homepage into ChatGPT and ask for feedback? You can. Why do that too? But ChatGPT doesn't know what your visitors actually did unless you feed it behavior data. That's the big difference. Advice without behavior is basically a smart opinion. Mini hook. In a minute, I'll show you the tool here that acts more like a conversion coach than a generic AI assistant. Phase 3, Step 2. Engaged. Step 2, use FlowPoint to find friction tied to real behavior. FlowPoint is the closest thing in this list to an AI website audit layer. Based on its official positioning, it combines website analytics with AI-generated recommendations and highlights conversion-related friction points. That's the part that makes it interesting. So here's the practical setup. Connect it to the page you chose. Let it collect behavior. Then look for 3 things: where users stop scrolling, where they hesitate before clicking, and where your page gets attention but not action. If your headline gets seen but the CTA gets ignored, your message is probably creating curiosity without clarity. If people reach the form and quit, the offer may be fine, but the ask is too heavy. If mobile users drop faster than desktop users, you've got a layout problem, not a copy problem. This is where I changed my mind on these tools. I used to think AI recommendations for CRO were fluffy. Then I watched one page get a very obvious suggestion. Shorten the form, tighten the value prop, move trust proof higher. That wasn't magic. It was behavior translated into a to-do list. One source worth checking is FlowPoint's official site for product claims. For broader context, Product Hunt and Reddit threads on AI analytics tools show the same pattern. Founders want recommendations, not just dashboards. Pricing should be rechecked on the official page before you publish or buy. The researcher flagged it as stale, so treat any paid tier info here as variable. Pricing as of publish date may have changed. Phase 3, Step 3. Engaged. Step 3, add SiteSpeak AI where visitors still have questions. This one is hidden for a different reason. SiteSpeak AI isn't marketed as a full conversion audit suite. It's trained on your website content and turns that into an embeddable chatbot with lead capture, human handoff, and basic analytics. That's a narrower promise, and for solo businesses, that's often perfect. Use it on pages where visitors are clearly interested, but not ready to fill out a cold form. service pages, pricing pages, FAQ-lite pages. Here's the workflow. Train the bot on your site content, add 2 or 3 lead capture prompts tied to buying intent. Then review what people keep asking. That's your hidden audit. If 5 visitors in 1 week ask, "Do you work with Shopify?" and that answer is buried in paragraph 7, your site didn't fail on traffic, it failed on clarity. If people ask about pricing range before booking, your call to action may be too early. If they ask whether you serve local businesses, your positioning is too vague. I like this because it turns silent confusion into visible questions. That's incredibly useful for small teams. And yes, in this specific job, it's better than ChatGPT alone because it sits on the page while the visitor is deciding. Important limitation though, SiteSpeak AI is primarily chat and lead capture. It is not a full funnel analytics suite, so don't expect heat maps, deep session replay, or technical SEO crawling from it. Engaged? If you could only keep one AI subscription for your website, which one would it be and why? Drop it in the comments. I'm really curious how you're thinking about this trade-off. Phase 3, Step 4. Engaged. Step 4. Build a simple priority board instead of fixing everything. This is the part most people skip. They collect 10 insights and act on 0. So make a fast board with 3 columns. Fix now, test next, ignore. That's it! A fix now item is blocking money, broken mobile CTA, confusing booking step, missing answer to a repeated presale question. A test next item might be a new headline, shorter form, or stronger testimonial placement. Ignore is anything interesting that doesn't connect to conversion. Why does this matter? Because a solo business does not need more data. It needs sequencing. Think of your funnel like a bucket with 3 holes. You don't repaint the bucket first, you plug the biggest leak. I ran this exact process on a small service business site, and the biggest win wasn't fancy. We moved trust-proof higher, answered 1 repeated question near the CTA, and reduced form friction. The site felt the same. The path felt easier. That's what good auditing should do. Mini hook? Now let me show you the non-obvious tool in this stack, because this one only makes sense if your funnel includes outreach, partnerships, or higher trust leads. Tone shift, building. Phase 3, Step 5, Odd. Step 5, use Ferret only if your funnel depends on who you're dealing with. This is the weird one in the list. Ferret is not a classic website audit tool. Based on its official positioning, it's for AI-assisted due diligence, relationship intelligence, and reputation or risk monitoring. So why include it? Because some solo businesses don't lose deals on the page. They lose them on trust, partner quality, or weak prospect qualification. If you sell high-ticket services, partnerships, advisory, recruiting, or niche B2B offers, your funnel audit may need 1 more question. Are the right people entering the funnel at all? This was my mistake the first time I tested this category. I kept trying to fix page copy when the real problem was lead quality. The page was doing its job, the audience wasn't. Ferret fits that broader audit because it helps with business research around prospects or partners. So the rule is simple. If you need on-page UX fixes, don't start here. If you're qualifying leads, checking partner credibility, or protecting your time from bad fit deals, then this becomes interesting. It's hidden because it's niche, not because it's weak. For credibility, check Ferret's official site and outside coverage on business intelligence categories before making claims. And again, pricing should be rechecked live before publishing. The researcher flagged that too. Phase 4, multiplier, engaged. Now, stack them. Use Flowpoint to find where visitors struggle. Use SiteSpeak AI to capture the exact questions behind that struggle. Then push both into a weekly priority board. If your business depends on trust-heavy deals, add Ferret upstream for better prospect filtering. That creates a clean little loop. Behavior, questions, fixes, better leads. Not glamorous, very effective. Here's the bigger insight nobody tells you about this category. The winning hidden tools are usually not trying to do everything. That's why they can outperform a famous all-purpose AI assistant for one business job. Focus beats hype. And for small sites, this can save real time. A manual audit can eat 2 to 4 hours. This setup can get you to a prioritized fix list in about 20 to 30 minutes once the tools are live, though results depend on your traffic and setup. If saving people from random redesigns and expensive guesswork matters to you, hit like. That helps us reach more founders who need fixes, not fluff. Mini hook. One final reality check, because there's one big mistake that makes all 3 tools look worse than they are. Phase 5, reality check. The limitation is simple. Low traffic creates weak signals. If your page barely gets visitors, an AI recommendation engine can't invent certainty. Flowpoint gets stronger with better behavior data. SiteSpeak AI gets smarter when real questions come in. Ferret only matters if your workflow actually includes relationship risk or lead vetting. So if you're getting, say, only a handful of visits a week, start with manual clarity fixes first. Sharpen the headline, reduce form fields, add trust proof. Then let the tools validate what changes next. Bonus tip, every week, collect one repeated visitor question and answer it directly on the page. That's one of the fastest conversion lifts you'll ever get. Phase 5, CTA. So here's the recommendation. If you want AI-suggested on-page fixes tied to behavior, pick Flowpoint. If you want to turn visitor questions into leads and insight, pick SiteSpeak AI. If your funnel breaks because of prospect quality or trust, only then look at Ferret. Different jobs, different winners. That's why these are hidden gems. Recent AI conversations are dominated by giant general tools, while these more focused products solve narrower business problems with less noise. They also tend to have smaller marketing footprints, so they stay under the radar. If cutting through AI help to find tools that actually help small businesses is your thing, subscribe. That's what we do here. And if you want, I'll do a live teardown next on a real solo business homepage using this exact audit stack.